This may come as a shock to you, but I've always loved being around the synagogue. As a child, I felt a deep connection whenever I was at my home, away from home, my synagogue. The energy was a mix of Jewishness and humor, community, fun, learning, ritual, discussion, music, joyfulness, meaning. It was awesome. When my father, Sumner, died 6 days before my 13th birthday, the synagogue became something very different, though. It became my safe place, and since then it has always been my safe place. The synagogue was the place I could really be myself. By the age of 14, I was a teacher's assistant for Israeli dance, and then at 16, I taught second grade religious school and Bet Hebrew and never left Sunday school. That's a lot of football games I've missed. Except, of course, for my first year in rabbinic school when I lived in Israel. What I experienced was that the synagogue was not about one person, not about one idea or one concept. Rather, it was about whatever anyone really needed it to be. For ultimately, there was a collective us. It felt like it was a team effort from the leadership to the little pishers. Everyone was part of the team, and everyone felt a certain dedication to each other and the institution. I resonated to that sense of dedication. For me, this was one of the major attractions of being a part of the synagogue. So too, the collective energy, all the unique personalities working together for something greater than themselves. That is why I felt called at an early age to become a rabbi. For the role of the rabbi was as orchestra leader, and the ability to see the beautiful elements of the symphony was a role that appealed to me. One is never bored as a rabbi. Each day is a unique experience, and the music that the whole creates is even greater than the individual parts. I learned that sometimes for the music to play at its best, the rabbi has to be able to take the second seat, if you will. I've been blessed to actualize a huge part of my calling and to have had the opportunity to learn from my student pulpits in Simi Valley, California, Portsmouth, Ohio, and Niagara Falls, New York, and as an ordained rabbi in Miami, San Diego, and San Jose. Interestingly, all three synagogues I have served have all been over 100 years old. In fact, in San Diego, they're about a year older than us. Also, all three synagogues share another fact. When I served them, they had all been downtown or close to downtown congregations. The San Diego one moved to the suburbs the year after I came here. Now, why is that significant? Because for me, being a part of a synagogue that is connected to the community, that recognizes its commitment to the whole of the community, and that does not cater to one type of person, is what a synagogue should be. Not a country club to the wealthy alone, but a place for even those that cannot afford full dues. A holy place that understands that its role is to be there for all peoples, where those that are able help those that are not, but all are dedicated to the same cause, which is the survival and strengthening of Judaism. Our synagogue is such a congregation. We are a beautiful tapestry of people. We are all colors and flavors. We are a congregation that not only accepts diversity and difference, we embrace it. The individual differences we bring to the synagogue's table is what makes this congregation, I think, what it really is. Our congregation is made up of very unique energies. Just come to a board meeting or look around at each other right now. Each of you either have already or hopefully will share your energy with this collective congregational energy. And what makes the synagogue really work is that sense of synergy and teamwork that we can create together. I think for me, a lover of team sports, especially baseball, I've always enjoyed the balance of uniqueness and individuality with the collective team spirit. You win together as a team and you lose together as a team. So being a part of Team Temple Emanu-El for the past 13 years has been not only rewarding, but a true blessing for me. To be at a place where I can grow as a senior rabbi, where I have the opportunity to work with fellow staff and a leadership who gets this team approach, is each and every day a shehechianu moment, a true blessing. Thank you for your part in creating the open and loving energy that I believe defines our shul. So often we think, Wow, 150 years. We must be a bunch of old people with old ideas and old ways. Not true. We do have a tremendous 150-year tradition that we should all be proud of, but we have embraced change as a normal evolutionary process. We welcome innovation and creativity and are willing to experiment with all sorts of ideas and rituals. We are truly progressive in that way. Over the course of this year of celebration, we have reflected and embraced our past. But as we embrace this new year, it is time to consider and contemplate our future and the next 150 years. In fact, it seems appropriate on this new year, when we have a chance to start anew, to return to our right path, that we consider our individual responsibility to this congregation. For it is not about what your congregation can do for you, but rather what you could do for your congregation. I am here because of you. I am here because I've fallen in love with the beautiful energy that is made up of so many of you. My family feels that same energy toward Temple Emanu-El, which we believe is our family. But let us be clear, as much as I am proud of being the senior rabbi, this is not just my congregation, just like it is not just your congregation. What I appreciate is that it is truly our synagogue, Hakehilah Shelanu. It's only the theme. Hakehilah Shelanu. Say that with me. Hakehilah Shelanu. Our synagogue. What does that really mean? For some, that means an insurance policy. So if something happens, I know the rabbi, the cantor, they'll be there. For some, it is a sense of responsibility to our people. For some, it is because they feel a part of the community and the synagogue has become a home base for them. For some, it is to take care of a singular function, a wedding, a bat mitzvah. For some, life is not the same without being a part of a congregation. For some, it is a home away from home, a place to have intimate connection, to search for meaning, to receive comfort, to be able to truly be there for another, to feel a part of something larger than ourselves. But there's one catch, one key ingredient in making this masterful dish. And in order for this to work, each of us have to do our share. We have to do our part. If you've been on the periphery, then think about what you bring to the table that you wish to share. We need greater financial support from as many that can give. We need more energy in committees. We have wonderful opportunities to get involved at a level that you are comfortable at. But we need you to be a part of the collective energy. What you bring is unique and crucial, and we really, really need it. We need a kitchen supervisor, or 10. How about 10 of you create a group that each of you is willing to come and help set up and break down a no-neg, like one every couple months? Thankfully, we have Deborah, Rita Lauren's daughter, who is doing a great job, but she could use some help. Or we just started our library committee. Join Ira Wolfson and Peter Chastain on that committee so that we can create a library that truly reflects our synagogue. If you see a need, then come talk to our leadership and let's make it happen. Sherman Zell came to me and said, look, the sanctuary bima needs lights. Actually, his wife told him that, but he agreed. You know what? Come to the sanctuary. The bima has not only gotten great new lights, it has some other amazing additions as well. Thanks to Sherm for bringing his uniqueness to the table. Michelle Geary and Sue Ellen Haggerty came to me with a beautiful thought. Why not create a garden in the backyard of the cottage? Why not transform our synagogue's plants and trees to ones that have multiple values, such as sustainability and food and biblical connection, and replant over time everything that has little or no value? And let's make this part of our Teen Jewish Studies program. We began this endeavor last year, and we are continuing it this year as well. If you are interested, contact either of them and join them. If gardening is your thing, this is perfect for you. Ruth Crandell bought the home next door, donated it to our temple as part of our endowment. And now we have a beautiful setting that our sofer can stay in. And so too, if you have a traditional member of your family coming for a life cycle event, they can stay there and walk to shul. The cottage has become one of our favorite spaces to have meetings and events. Ruth saw a need and took care of it. Currently, We have some of our congregants that have come to leadership wanting to change the Temple House sound system. And they are in the midst of making that happen. If you're interested, let Uri Gottfeld or me know, because we're making this happen in the next few months. When you see a need or hear of a need in our family, what is your response? The temple really should. You know, Rabbi, you really should. No. Hakila Shalanu. This is our synagogue. This is our extended family, and we need to be a part of it. Hakila Shalanu, what does that mean? It means that this synagogue is not just mine, it is not just yours, it is not just the board's, it is our synagogue. And just like our home, it should reflect who we each are. Our tradition has withstood these thousands of years because of our sense of community and our commitment and dedication to maintain our community in memory of our ancestors, in respect of ourselves and our families, and in honor of those who will come after us. The commitment we have had toward the value of Lador Vadora is why we are still around as a people. Our legacy is on the shoulders of those who have come before us. But what is our obligation? Our obligation is to put the next generation upon our shoulders, to teach them to do the same for the following generation. We have existed these thousands of years because of our commitment to this mitzvah of Lador Vador. An important aspect of Lador Vador is the value of connecting to the past while also connecting to the future. Torah symbolizes our ancestors, those who came before us. We have the opportunity to not only connect with our past, but to learn from it, to make it come alive, and thus help us consider our actions for the future. Part of being a congregational family is that we are all works in progress. It is wonderful that our congregation, that is actually 151 years old now, is still a work in progress. In fact, the nature of Reformed Judaism is that it has always embraced our natural evolution. Moving forward, progress, innovation, experimentation are all part of the foundation of Reformed Judaism. Just as our synagogue is in process, just as we each are in process, so too is our Torah. For over a year, our Sofer Neil Yerman has been writing this Torah with many of our hands as well, and it is nearly completed, which is, of course, a great reminder that we are all works in progress. So whatever the past relationship was with you and our congregation, well, that's the past. Today, we look forward to the future. And I hope and pray that you'll reflect on the question, what can I do to be a part of Kehakila Shelanu, to be a part of our synagogue? May each of us embrace our holy synagogue as we prepare it for the next generation. Ken Hiratzon, may this be God's will, but may this be, my friends, our actions. Amen.